Flav City fam, what is up? It is Bobby coming at you from my second home, the grocery store. Actually, we haven't been here before. This is the Walmart neighborhood market here in South Florida, and it's huge. It's way bigger than the neighborhood market in Chicago. I want to walk around and I want to show you some really bad, like the top 5 preservatives and food additives that are in the products you buy every day, and show you exactly why they're so bad, the reason they're in there, and why you need to eliminate them from your diet. I mean, they're in the products because they make them more shelf stable and they're cheap for the manufacturers, but these additives and preservatives are really bad for your health, and this channel is all about helping you put the best quality stuff in your body. So let's walk around and do that. Before we do, like, subscribe, share, spread that Flav City love. It's the only way the community keeps on growing. All right, less talking, more shopping. Let's go. Brad just told me something interesting. What about Milano cookies?
Loved them. Having them at my grandma's house when I was a kid. Loved them.
It's a grandma kind of cookie they would put out. Here's the problem. A lot of these shelf-stable cookies will have one of the public enemies, fully or partially hydrogenated oils. We look at the ingredients here, there's a lot of issues, but right here in the oils, you'll see hydrogenated GMO soybean oil. You want to avoid that. But the thing is, it isn't just in cookies. I'll show you in a second. A hydrogenated oil is literally the worst fat you can get. You'll take an oil like soybean or canola oil and you'll infuse it with hydrogen and make it creamy. The reason you do that is because it becomes shelf stable, and cookies like this will last longer on the store shelves. It's purely about money. But when you do that, it is the worst fat you can possibly put in your body because it actually raises your bad cholesterol, lowers your good cholesterol, and it increases your risk of heart disease way more than any other kind of fat on the market. But you have to be careful. It's not just in cookies, and it's a few other items too. Coffee creamers can be downright scary, and hydrogenated oils are not the least of your concerns. But let's pick up something that people love. I see people grab this all the time at Costco. Coffee Mate, found in a lot of break rooms. And where do we begin? First of all, it's made primarily of GMO corn syrup, but the fat is hydrogenated vegetable oil in the form of coconut and palm. Horrible hydrogenated fats that are terrible for your health, and unfortunately, the same is true for almost all shelf-stable creamers, except for Laird Superfood. That is the best-in-class coffee creamer around. And my beloved Swiss Miss, when I was a kid, sledding at the hill all day, my dad and mom would make this for me when I came home. Who knew? Obviously, we knew it had sugar in there. Also has corn syrup, unfortunately, but hydrogenated coconut oil. Oh man, that is terrible. The good news is I'm working on a Flav City keto diabetic friendly hot cocoa mix coming for the winter time. It's gonna put that stuff to shame. Here's a scary one for anyone who has kids and feeds them your traditional chips and crackers like Doritos. How much did you love those as a kid, Brad?
Loved PB&J and a glass of milk.
They're highly addictive, and there's a reason why. If we look at the ingredients here, okay, there's a lot of ingredients, which is warning flag number 1. But if we hone in and try to find it, monosodium glutamate is right there. And I'll tell you why that's bad, but in addition, my friends, they're putting artificial food coloring, yellow number 5, red number 40. Those are ingredients banned in other countries like we talked about the other week in Brad in my video. MSG is to be avoided at all costs. I talk about it during the fast food reviews we're doing. Man-made MSG like that is a chemical powder solely designed to excite your taste buds. It's called an excitogen, and send a message to your brain, bing, this is tasty. I want more, I'm addicted. Food makers call it crave-worthy. Natural MSG is totally fine. You find those in tomatoes, Parmesan cheese, mushrooms. It's kind of like umami. Man-made is horribly addictive. Pick up a bag of Chester Cheeto, Brad. I can guarantee Chester has the old MSG and some yellow number 5 in there too. We check out what's going on.
No, not yellow number 5, yellow number 6.
Oh, I was wrong. Sorry, yellow number 6. And monosodium glutamate right there too. Please take your kids off these snacks and get rid of the MSG. It's so bad for so many reasons. I want to take a quick break from the video and give a shout out to Laird Superfood. They have an amazing new thing called the Daily Ritual. And in case you don't know, Laird Superfood makes coffee that is way better than anything from the store, and they make coffee creamer that beats the pants out of anything from any grocery store. And the Daily Ritual is basically a collection of some people's favorite Laird Superfood products, and they asked me to build a bundle of my favorite items, and 2 of them are with me right now. These are a must. So Brad and I can't figure out why pili nuts are not like the biggest thing in the grocery store right now. They're wild sprouted nuts from the Philippines. They're the highest fat, lowest carb nut in the world, and they're loaded with magnesium. They're amazing. This is the best greens powder. Brad and I have this in our post-workout smoothie with best-in-class organic greens and prebiotics that feed your gut. We love that stuff. And I also have the Insta-Fuel, which is the instant coffee latte that I have on the weekends, protein powder, and hot chocolate with functional mushrooms. Everything Laird makes is amazing. And my bundle for my daily ritual is on sale right now for 15% off when you subscribe using my link down below. Remember, you could always subscribe now and change your status later on. If you don't want to get the bundle, I'd recommend at least these two. They're fantastic for a keto diet or even a low-carb diabetic diet. So check them out. We love Laird. Use my link down below and check out my daily ritual. There's a really big difference between cheap, economical deli meat and the higher quality one, and that usually comes from preservatives. And you can pick up pretty much any one here. I'll pick up this chicken breast from Oscar Mayer, and I can almost guarantee that it's gonna have in their ingredients, boom, right there, sodium phosphates. Oh my gosh, this has carrageenan too. You don't see that very often in deli meat. Sodium phosphate in this, and then I guarantee if I pick up this smoked ham here, it's gonna, the streak is alive. Bobby dropping stuff at the store. It's gonna have sodium phosphate right there. At least it doesn't have the carrageenan. Phosphates are actually essential for your body, but added sodium phosphate is not. And the reason why they put it in a lot of deli meats like this is because it keeps the meat juicy and fresh, but it's a really nasty preservative. And the problem is, if you get too much phosphates in your body, it's really, really bad for you, and it's easy to add up when you buy a lot of processed meat like this. And unfortunately, it's not only in deli meat, it's also in a lot of hot dogs too. You can pick up any kind of hot dog. This is your classic beef one here. Not going to be high quality beef, but it has sodium phosphate too. So it sneaks up in a lot more products than you think, and it really accumulates in your body. You're better off getting this. They have it at all grocery stores now, thank God. 100% grass-fed beef, Applegate natural. It's pretty much everywhere. It's becoming a little harder to find carrageenan in the grocery store, but it's still prevalent in a lot of dairy. And I'm going to tell you why to avoid it. But imagine you buy heavy whipping cream because you're going to make some whipped cream for dessert or to dollop on your homemade hot chocolate. Look at the ingredients. There's carrageenan in there, a nasty emulsifier called polysorbate number 80, and there's also mono and diglycerides, which is a preservative derived from trans fatty acids, instead of just milk and heavy cream. That's wrong, but you're almost always going to find it in non-dairy or dairy whipped cream here. This is Ready Whip. I look at the ingredients. I used to spray this in my mouth as a kid, of course. Look at the ingredients, carrageenan in there also. You want to avoid carrageenan, and I will give a lot of food makers credit. They're using it less and less. It's an emulsifier, but it's a seaweed-based emulsifier that is actually very disruptive to your gut and your intestines. If you want emulsifiers, stuff like locust bean gum is fine, acacia, gellan gum, you don't want carrageenan. It's really, really bad, and you got to avoid it when possible because your gut and your gut microbiome is the backbone to your health. The only kind of bacon we eat is pasture-raised bacon, and actually luckily here in the South, in Florida and Georgia, we have pasture-raised bacon at Whole Foods from a ranch in Georgia called Thompson Ranch. It's 100% pasture-raised, and the deal is right. The problem is you get more economical cuts here, and along with that comes nasty preservatives. I can grab anything here. This is a black label. Wow, they try to make you think it's like top shelf black label, and I can guarantee you it's going to have right there, sodium nitrite. Nitrites and nitrates are really bad preservatives in cured meats like bacon, and it also has sodium erythrobate. Its main job is to make the meat look pink. And if you look at any one of these, Oscar Mayer, I can almost guarantee it's going to have right there the sodium nitrate. You always hear about the warning in processed foods about being carcinogenic. The meat itself is not carcinogenic, but when you have sodium nitrates or sodium nitrites, when they're cooked, they produce the possible carcinogenic effects in the processed food. So you got to buy bacon that doesn't have that, and ideally you want to get pasture-raised bacon. That's the best. All right, family, that is it. Those are the top 5 food preservatives and additives you want to avoid. And to be honest, there's probably a lot more, but the problem is these food companies add it to the products because it makes it easier for them to make, makes it more shelf stable, and they can make more money. The problem is you don't want these ingredients in your body. They're making you sicker, and they're really, really bad for you. So that is it. I hope that helped you out. If you have any video recommendations, leave a comment down below. Brad and I love to get inspiration from you because that's why we make the videos. But we'll see you soon. For Brad and Desi and Roastinator and Baba Donnie and the whole gang, we leave you like we always do. Hashtag keep on cooking. Mad love and peace. Later.